Okay, so you brought me your first pressure vessel design. Let's dig in. Got the drawings, the calcs, yeah, everything looks solid. But we're going to talk about something that isn't really on the page here. We're going to talk about the strategy behind your choices.
So I'm looking at your numbers, and the first thing that jumps out at me is the wall thickness. Now it's safe, don't get me wrong, it absolutely meets code, but it feels a little heavy. So my first question here, and this isn't a criticism, it's really a starting point. Why did the calculation push you to a wall this thick? Because the answer to that is where the real engineering starts.
And that answer? It's buried right in the math. For a simple cylindrical shell like the one we've got here, our entire world pretty much revolves around one core tool from the ASME code, the UG27 formula. I mean, you can kind of think of this as the E equals mc squared for pressure vessels, right? It's the absolute heart of the design, and really mastering it, that's the key to optimization.
And here it is. Looks simple, right? This little equation tells us T. That's the minimum thickness we need to safely handle all that pressure. Every single variable in there, P, R, S, and E, is a piece of the puzzle. They all have to work together to give us that final number for T.
So, what are these pieces? Well, P is our design pressure, and R is the vessel's radius. And honestly, those are usually locked in by the process, folks. We can't really change them. But S, the allowable stress of our steel, and E, the joint efficiency of our welds, that's where we get to make the big decisions. That's what separates a basic, by-the-book design from a really smart, efficient one.
Let's start with S. Now, here's what's really interesting. S is not the material's actual yield strength. The code makes us use a much lower value, the allowable stress, and it's got this huge safety factor of about 3.5 baked right in. So, the specific value of S you get to use is tied directly to the grade of steel you pick out.
Okay, now for E, joint efficiency. You know, to put it really simply, this is just a number that tells us how much we trust the welds holding this whole thing together. Are we going to check every inch and verify that they're perfect? Or do we need to take a penalty in our calculation to account for flaws we might not see? I actually love this way of thinking about it. E is your trust factor. The more you inspect a weld, using stuff like radiography, the more you can prove it's solid. And the more you prove it, the higher that trust factor gets, and the more credit the code gives you in your design calculation.
So here's the crucial takeaway. You've got two big levers you can pull to make this design way more efficient. On one hand, you've got your material choice. You can spend more cash on a stronger steel to get a higher S value. And on the other hand, you've got your inspection level. You can spend more on labor and testing to get a higher E value. See? Both levers can make that wall thinner.
So let's play this out. Let's run a little what-if scenario. Remember my first question, why is this wall so thick? Well, I see in your notes that you used a really common, low-strength carbon steel. And look, that's a safe, standard choice. It gives you a certain S value, but what happens if we decide to spend a little more on the material itself? What if we upgrade that steel?
And this just lays it out perfectly. If we pick a high-strength alloy steel, our S value goes up. Now think back to our formula. When a number in the denominator, that's the bottom part of the fraction, gets bigger, the result T gets smaller. It's that simple. A really powerful relationship. Yeah, you're paying for more expensive steel, but you get to buy less of it.
But wait, that's only half the story, right? The material isn't our only play here. Let's hit the reset button. Imagine we stick with that cheaper carbon steel, but we pull our other lever instead. What happens if we just change the level of weld inspection?
The code is great. It gives us really clear values for E based on that trust factor we talked about. If we x-ray every single inch of the main welds, we call that full radiography, or full RT. We get a perfect score, an E of 1.0. That's 100% trust. If we just do spot checks, our trust drops to 85%, so we use 0.85. And if we do no radiography at all, we have to take a big 30% penalty and use 0.7.
Okay, so in your design, I see you specified spot RT. That gave you an E of 0.85, which is a super common, really practical choice. But look what happens to the thickness if we switch from spot RT to full RT. Let's run the calculation again, but this time, let's max out that trust factor.
And boom, there it is again. By boosting our E from 0.85 all the way up to a full 1.0, we're making that denominator bigger again. And what happens? The wall thickness T drops. So in this scenario, we spend more money on the labor and services for the inspection, but we could save a ton of money on the raw steel.
And this right here, is the optimization game.
This is what turns a simple calculation into a really well-engineered design. It's not about finding just an answer that works. It's about finding the best answer for the project, for the budget, for the client.
It really is a constant balancing act. Every project has a budget, right? And you have to figure out where to spend it to get the most bang for your buck. Do you invest in the premium material, or do you invest in the premium inspection? You know, the most cost-effective vessel could be cheap steel with 100% inspection, or it could be the complete opposite. You've got to run the numbers on both to know for sure.
So let's wrap this up. Look, the formula, it's always going to give you a number. Anyone can plug values into a calculator. But an engineer understands the levers inside that formula. Your job is to find the optimal answer by strategically balancing the cost of steel against the cost of labor and inspection, all while making sure it's absolutely safe. And that right there is the difference between just calculating and truly designing.